Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Teresa here and
Dog walker boy.
Dog walker Brad. Say hi, Brad.
Hi, Brad.
It is June 27th, 2016. Monday evening. It is 5:31 p.m. here in Florida.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah. I debate on whether to even come on here and make a vlog, honestly, because I'm not in the best mood. But I decided, what the heck, you know, if you only vlogged when you were in the mood to, you wouldn't do daily vlogs, honestly. You know, Brad's gotta go back and get more diapers for the dog. You know.
Well,
the scissors are up there too, up on that shelf
in
the bedroom.
Oh, okay.
He's going back and get more diapers. Yesterday, like we always do, we took naps, and I think I made a later. Did I make a later video there too?
I was thinking
So
so.
if it's a recap, I'm sorry. So yeah, we took nap, and then Brad barbecued pork chops on the outside, and he cooked all of the dinner, and he made instant mashed potatoes and what else you cook? Oh, cauliflower.
Cheesy cauliflower.
Which was good, yeah. So we had that, and then he went fishing with his friends, and I was in here working. I was doing the fringing on this. Got this ready. This, like I said, this one is for a friend of mine, but I did list the image of. Let's see. I'm going to show you guys this. This is, and like I said, I put fringes on. Oh, sorry, on this. Just because I like fringes, and this is what it is. It's kind of a real lacy, elegant, almost chainmail type. And it is measured approximately 92 inches long, because I measured it last night. Yeah, and 17 inches wide. The scissors. Oh, you got the scissors, honey?
I got them.
Okay. So, like I said, that's for a friend of mine. I did list the image of, and those are custom made. So, the image of is listed on Etsy. How it works is I give you guys pick a general color out of, black, yellow, blue, and then I pull 5-6 skeins of assorted. I shoot pictures and I send back. You guys have already ordered. You put in an order, so I send you pictures. Okay, pick from these 5 skeins. This is what I have on hand. What color do you like the best? So you pick what color you like the best. Then you pick if you want it fringed or you don't want fringes, because some people don't care for fringes. I'm just a fringe girl, but I have other people that I'm friends with that are not into fringes. So, and I guess it would depend on what you're making, but this can be used since it's 17, a little wider than 17 inches, but I like it to be a little over than too short. But, Charlie, no, Charlie, but, I'd like it to, it can be as a shoulder wrap, it can be as a scarf, a cowl, it can be worn as a cowl, it can even be worn as like a headdress, so, or you could even put it, how you used to use a scarf and used to wrap it around your hips. And I've seen some women doing that around here. You could use it as a kind of a cover up on a bathing suit, a lower part, so it's very versatile. It's my own pattern. No, I don't have it written down or anything. Those are custom ordered. That's what I did last night. I started another one, just because I kind of like doing them. So I started another one of those that I'm making for another friend as a surprise. And you know, I like to make stuff for my friends. I'm just, you know, honestly, I just do. We all go through hard times, whether it's financially, emotionally, you know, and physically. Sometimes you get something nice in the mail that, you know, hey, somebody was thinking about me, and it really can make all the difference. I know it makes all the difference in the world, and I don't have any other way to show people really that I love them, you know, because you know, we are very strapped for money other than to make things. And that's what really started me years ago making a lot of crafts, was even when I was in my early 20s and stuff. For gifts and stuff, I made things to give because, you know, I couldn't go out and just buy, you know, so, and it just kind of spun from there. So this morning, right away, we were getting, we had to take care of some business calls. We had business calls coming in regards to them working on what kind of insurance would be best for us. Right now they're thinking that Medicaid would be best for us because of our health condition and our finances, which we hate to have to do that, but you know, we are to the point we definitely need to get in to see doctors, both of us. So we had our phone interviews, and then I've got to get into town because I don't have a Florida driver's license. I have to do that whole paper trail, but I have to go in and do my birth certificate and my Wyoming driver's license so they can authenticate it and we get all the paperwork going. So we'll do that tomorrow. Then I made potatoes and onion and eggs with some cheese for lunch. You know, some fried potatoes. We took a little bit of naps, and then for dinner we're gonna have chicken and something. We haven't gotten there that far. Probably chicken and some kind of rice or something. I'm thinking would be good, and some kind of vegetable. Then we have to finish making our shopping list for tomorrow. Tomorrow is our major, tomorrow and Wednesday will be our major, basically Wednesday, our major month-long shopping list. You know, so do that. I've got a couple of packages to get ready. I got those paintings to get ready to be mailed out, and I also have package for my friend. Yeah, with this scarf and a couple other things in it. So gonna be sending all that stuff out. We decided that one of the things that we decided is we're both in a significant amount of pain, and for me, I'm not getting enough exercise because of the heat and because of the severe joint pain, because I once again was trying to do without my Lasix because I'm almost out. And so we decided we're definitely going to have to get some. Now, I'm sitting in a wheelchair right now in this little RV, which the wheelchair takes up quite a bit of room, but we don't have any other chairs or anything. We took out those benches because they were so god awful, uncomfortable. You just couldn't stand them. And so then, you know, we're gonna have to get some kind of. We're gonna hit the thrift store and see if we can get some kind of cheap but comfortable chair for this where this wheelchair is, which is in where the dining room table was. And we also need to get a twin mattress for my husband. My husband sleeps on the pull-out couch. He has me sleeping back. He sleeps on a pull-out couch up here but it's really a killer. I couldn't sleep on this pull-out couch any longer because it just was really killing me. It's really killing him, and he's not getting any sleep at night. But what we need to do is hopefully find a used twin mattress to put on top. Once we pull the couch out, you can put the twin mattress on top, make it more comfortable. Especially with the herniated discs and the neuropathy, you know. So hopefully we'll do that. One of the things that's been a big adjustment that we've been going through, and part of the reason I really like making a vlog is, you know, yes, I suffer from depression, and major changes really set it off. And I often don't talk too much about it because a lot of people want to talk to me about their depression, which just triggers my depression even more. So I've had to learn to step away from that. I can talk to you guys about the depression. I never get into specifics of I'm depressed because of this, and this, because that's a personal issue. The reason why you're depressed is a personal reason for you. We all have our different ones. It might be some kind of trauma, circumstance, whatever. But I can tell you, I'm more than happy to talk to you about things that might help your depression. I'm not a counselor, so no telling me specifically what's happened to cause your depression. I'm not trained for that, and I will freely admit I'm not. So, you know, I can't really help you. I can't really help you with it. You know, but you know, and like I said, if I cannot, and I know there's other people I'm friends with, you cannot hear too many of people's backstories because it triggers your own. And it's like, well, yeah, you know, I kind of went through that too, but it's like, I can't talk to you guys about what went on in my personal life that triggered my depression, because even talking about it will trigger it again. I have to overcome it. I have to leave it in the past. You know, ghosts are best not stirred. Right, honey?
Exactly.
So, you know, and one of the things is Brad really is having a rather hard time, and I know other people that have, can you wait just a second? Other people that have retired from the workforce go through this also, and I've watched a number of videos about you feel kind of lost when you're used to all of your adult life punching a time clock or going to a job for a set amount of hours, and then all of a sudden you're done. You know, I can't really help him with that because I've always been, for the most part, have stayed inside working. You know, so he feels kind of lost and not really sure what to do, and because of some things that happened in his personal background, which again I won't go into because that's our personal life, it made that kind of hard. There was no big retirement parties ever for any place. Even when he retired from working at Albertsons for 34 years, there was no retirement party at all. Not a bit. It was, you know, it was kind of like, get the fuck out.
I felt like it was more of a go-away party then.
Well, you had a retirement party?
Well, they had a luncheon.
Well, yeah, but they didn't have a big one like they used to, where you know, the big shindigs.
Yeah.
You know. So adjusting to that's been hard for him. Made him kind of withdraw, which is hard for me because he is my best friend, my only, you know, person. He's the only person I feel like in the whole world that even gets me. And when you have that person off kilter, you know, I feel like I've kind of been, hey, Brad, again.
Oh, Nixie, come on, go.
The damn dog keeps tangling herself up in my laptop cord, and and she about keeps knocking it over. So, you know, it's kind of a domino effect because him feeling out of sorts and kind of shutting himself off. And like I said, he's the only person in the whole world that I have. that I feel like even gets me, that doesn't just, you know, that will even ever even, you know, listen or anything, you know, to anything I have to say, makes me feel totally, kind of like I'm at sea without a life further. Being here in the house and not being able to really go anywhere, not getting enough exercise, dealing with an unfamiliar area and unfamiliar humidity and stuff. You know, it's been a rough month. First month was not as rough. This has been a really rough month, and I know I've talked about that. And yes, a lot of it's due to finances. I need to get out of the house more. Getting out of the house once a week is not cutting it. I thought once my husband retired, because we share a vehicle, that then I would have access to going more places. And if anything, it's proven to be that I go even less. I didn't move clear across the country to sit inside. You know, it makes it difficult, and I know other people in the same way. When you have mobility problems, you don't want to make the other burden the other person with having to push you in a wheelchair. But like right now, with as swollen as I am, and I am so swollen, guys. I mean, and in enough pain. Plus, I also do not tolerate heat well.
Yeah.
I have to be pushed in a wheelchair. I do. The rollator I can use if I know I'm going to be able to get somewhere and sit down somewhere else, because that rollator is not made to sit more than just a couple of minutes. At least it hurts me, and it might just be my hip problems and stuff. You know, so I haven't really wanting to ask, you know, for him to load the wheelchair up and to push me places. Plus, also, it's really hard to push wheelchair on the beach. I know they make wheelchairs for the beach or tires, but you know, when you're limited income, you do what you can.
Yeah.
But I need to get out and get more exercise. You know, I need to get outdoors more. Sitting in this small RV, guys, I haven't wanted to say too much, but anybody sitting in a 30-foot RV with 6 animals and a husband is going to start to go really nuts. You know, and then when it seems like everybody around you has got all kinds of money to go to lunch and buy stuff and everything, and I'm happy for them, but it's really hard because you feel like, gosh, I'd love to go out to lunch. I'd love to go out to lunch. We were hoping that I would have had a payment cleared today, because that's what I wanted to do, was go out to lunch. You know, it didn't, so we're just here. But it's been really hard psychologically, and I've had to kind of shut myself off, because people that really want to tell me their life story on depression and stuff, it's like, you know, if you want to talk about just the specifics of depression and that disease, I can talk about that, but the emotional turmoil of what caused it and stuff, no, I can't, because it triggers my own, and I'm dealing with my own as is. And you know, I'm barely keeping my head above water, and you know, it's a real struggle. Brad will tell you, it can be a real bitch. You know, and being off my meds and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's a real bitch. This month has been really hard. Feeling so isolated, and you know, and being so financially destitute and stuff. Because you know, we never dream you're going to be this financially destitute at this age in your life. And I know it's happening to a lot of us. It doesn't make it any easier. Trying to find sources and stuff in a new area. Even talking with them when they're trying to help us with our insurance, they're having trouble finding out offices and stuff in this area. So that made me feel better.
Yeah.
When the government's having trouble finding out an office for you to go to, in your county, that makes you feel better. It's like, okay, I'm not the only dipshit, you know. But it's been hard. It's been really, really difficult. And then having your spouse feel so lost, and he's kind of withdrawing and stuff, and it's like, you know, I really need him to come back into the light. Come toward the light. Okay?
Okay.
No, I really, okay, because I can't do this just, I feel like I've been moved here and abandoned.
Yeah.
In a way.
It hasn't happened. It won't happen.
I know, but that's the way it feels when you don't have somebody communicating with you and you're just kind of sitting here, you know.
Yep.
I have a hard time with the mobility issue. I really do, because always before, until about the last 3-4 years, I've always been able to overcome the mobility issues, and this time it's not going to happen. You know, it's kind of like the one too many times that a string broke and you try to retie it and that core strength is gone. Yeah, I'm not going to snap back to being able to, you know, move as freely as I ever did. None of us can. I mean, but you were coming to terms with that it isn't a case of me just becoming more physically fit and I'm going to be able to go and do whatever I wanted to do 10 years ago. I mean, in the last 3-4 years, I used to be an avid bowler, and I used to bowl 3-4 times a week. I can't bowl now at all. That's the difference right there. 3-4 years ago, I could bowl. I could be very active, and I cannot bowl at all right now. That's the big difference. That's the massive difference on what it does when you have any form of very crippling arthritis that just really, you know, and, you know, it'll get better. We get to the doctors. Number one, I need to get back on. I think I need some stronger. I think the LASIK's no longer really working the way, and my old doctor was afraid that they probably were going to do this. You know, they were kind of teetering on the edge there in Wyoming.
Yep.
So, you know, but we need to get back to the doctor. Brad needs to get back on his diabetic medication. I need to get back on mine because I feel like crap. He does too. He needs to get seen about that back so he can actually get a good night's sleep. I watch this man sleep at night, and he kicks these legs constantly. Even when he thinks he's sound asleep, he is kicking these legs constantly. You know, and you know, being up and down all night and stuff, that makes it kind of difficult. You know, don't you think, hon?
Well, I think in my sleep I'm riding the Tour de France. Right,
the what?
The Tour de France, the bicycle race, yeah. But yeah, it's, you know, it's when the pain is severe enough where you get comfortable and it lasts for about 37 seconds, and then you got to flop around and find another position that's comfortable for another 30 seconds. You know, and it does make it very tough.
One thing that I kind of wanted to talk about is just real quick too, is if you have neuropathy or you have something that's gone numb, nobody ever talks about. One of the things to expect is, and I never realized it until my neuropathy now in my feet have become bad enough that some of my toes are permanently numb. Okay, unless you have something that's permanently numb, you don't understand or associate it with, it's going to feel heavy though. Even though that limb or whatever is numb, it feels like it's stuck there. Like, almost to me like I have something between my toes. That toe feels very heavy. You keep trying, you don't even realize you're moving it. You know, if you can still move it. It is numb and stuff, but it doesn't mean I can't. It will move with the rest of my toes. the whole foot flexes. It's gonna, can I move it individually? No. When you lose that sensation, you're going to run into things more often walking, as far as, and you don't have that pain buffer now. So if I stub that toe, no, it doesn't hurt. I'll hear a crack, or Brad will hear his toe crack, but you may injure the rest of your body too, because if you stub your toe and you're like, ow, and you retract back. But when you don't have any pain sensation, your whole body keeps going. So you may wrench your back, or you may throw your hips out, or whatever. Also, you stand differently because, your feet with the sensitive parts and stuff, you no longer have those. Also, your feet will always feel cold. And the part that is not numb in neuropathy feels like 1,000 needles, especially at night. And so it's hard to describe. But so if any of you are starting to go through it, be prepared when that toe does go numb, or toes, or the whole foot, or whatever. It's not like it's just not there. No, it feels like this heavy. How would you describe it?
Well, when I didn't realize that's what was happening with my feet.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it the other day, where I kept, you always did a good job of sanding off the calluses off my bottom of my feet. And it felt like I had a callus that was about 3/4 of an inch thick.
Mm-hmm.
And you checked my feet and you said, no, there's no calluses in there, And I didn't realize until I was actually diagnosed that, it wasn't what I had on the bottom of my feet. It was the nerve endings dying, and it's tough.
Okay, so he feels like he's walking on pebbles, or like calluses, but it's not. It's just the different nerve endings on the bottom of your foot dying. Yeah. So.
Yeah. And.
Would it kind of feel like walking on an uneven shoe sole or something?
No,
in a way?
It's with me. I just I've got to watch my feet, especially on uneven surfaces. I've got to watch where I put my feet, because you don't realize how much you use the sensation of touch when you walk.
Right.
Because you can feel, and I don't know how many times where I've hit an uneven surface and I've rolled my ankle because I didn't realize that it was uneven.
Yeah.
Or like when I fell the other day, going to the little boys' room down there. I thought I'd cleared the step, and I didn't quite get it high enough.
And he actually stubbed his toes, but he couldn't feel it, so he just kept going.
That is the only nice thing about the lack of sensation, is when you're walking in the dark and you stub your toe, you don't notice.
But the problem is he stubs his toes to the point that he will shove his nail beds so far back that he will cause what is that called underneath when your nail is black and stuff? Because of the blood ran in your nail bed and stuff. I can't remember the official name, but that is, and also you can cause toe infections and stuff and not realize it, and that's happened to him.
Is that probably what happened?
Yeah.
When I had to get the IV antibiotics and everything.
They figured that you had stubbed your toe real bad, and had, because he dug out part of your nail bed, it was in your toe.
Okay.
That he had stubbed his toe so badly, his big toe, shoved that piece of nail in, the skin, and then within a matter of hours, it turned into a major infection. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of talk about that. Like I said, I decided to go ahead and do a video, even though, I've really been struggling today and stuff. This has been one hell of a hard month. Some people I thought would be there for me, sadly weren't. That's just the way life goes. You live and you learn. That's why I don't normally, become too friendly with too many people, because, usually it's just kind of about them, and if you need an ear or anything. It's like, so I've really backed off on, even getting close with many people, because there's a few trusted ones, but, other than that, I just keep to myself. Living, you learn on that too. But yeah, sometimes it helps if I talk about stuff. You guys are my friends. You guys are who I talk to. Besides that, I just talk to Brad, and that's why I can't have Brad just kind of wigging out on me and closing off, because, he's all I have in the whole world. I mean, this has been hard. I'm glad we're here, but it's really hard. If anybody thinks that it just seems so easy living in an RV, I will tell you right now, it is really fucking hard, okay? I don't know. Brad and I talked about when we do get into some kind of housing, we're probably going to sell the RV, seriously. Because I don't think we're going to use it again. It's really hard, and it's really hard. I don't think it would be near as hard if we didn't have 6 animals. Now, the whole reason we got the RV is because of the animals, and it is really hard when you're trying to have a crafting business in your RV, and when you move when it's really hot and stuff. And I mean, we're doing okay, but it's really difficult. It's really difficult, because what happens when I say I'm not getting enough exercise is you can't freely walk in this RV. You've got to dodge, twist, turn, do half back flips, everything else. And in the middle of that, you're going to say move about 2,000 times to the animals.
Yeah.
Right, honey?
Yeah.
So, Brad's going out cleaning up trash.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to get off here and get this loaded. So, anyway, love you guys. And actually, things will go better. Tomorrow we're going to, hopefully, payments will cleared. And, do some mailing and get a few things. And, get the internet installed. That's another thing, that's not having reliable internet for 2.5 months will do to you. And we don't live any place close enough to drive to, and when you don't have gas either, the closest place is 15 miles away, really, to go even pick up a Wi-Fi signal. So that's been difficult, So, anyway, I'm going to get off here. I know I'm whining because a lot of people got things a lot harder than I do and stuff, and I know that. So, I'm having a bad day. We all do. I feel a little bit better talking to you guys. So, love you guys, and I do really cherish your friendship. And like I said, if I've seemed short, and I've seemed like I really haven't wanted to talk to you, and you've messaged me, I've been going through some personal issues that I don't care to go into, and like I said, I've been dealing with some hurt feelings over feeling like some friendships sadly didn't continue to grow and won't continue to grow, because it has to be a two-way street. That's that person's choice, and we all are full of mistakes and stuff. God knows I am. And we're just feeling some hurt feelings over that. It's really hard for me to trust somebody, and if I come to a point where I think I trust you enough to let you in my life, and then I feel like it's just a one-way street, then it's just kind of the bitch of it. But through that, I have learned that I have some other really wonderful friends that really have been there for me, who are just, kind of there and hey, how you doing today? And, and I'll go, hey, how you doing today? And, my dear friend Angie has sent me a couple of just wonderful, cheerful postcards and stuff to just really, it's like, hey, that was nice. I have those hanging up, Angie, and I do look at those all the time. I have some hanging up on the cabinets above, and I have some up on this trundle bed that hangs above. So I have your lovely postcards all around me, and I love those. So those really help. And I think maybe, I never even equated that, maybe the reason I've been feeling kind of out of sorts is my birthday coming up. And it's always kind of a hurtful thing because, you know, I haven't heard from my parents, and this will be the 3rd year. I wonder if they even wonder if I'm still alive or not. But I'm not going to get into that. That's not even worth going down that memory lane. It's all water under the bridge. And you can't, you know, no sense stirring up ghosts. So anyway, I love you guys. And this will show you that even somebody who tries to be positive sometimes has an off day. I love you guys. And I do think you're all very awesome, and I will talk to you later. And I can't say bye, Brad, because Brad's outside, so you'll just miss out. Talk to you later. Bye.